How does Youth Voice impact your decision-making and policies?
You know, I teach government at Dilworth, Glendenfeld, and I have seniors. And let me give you one example. And this was the mandatory seatbelt law, or the primary seatbelt law. I had always voted against that. Well, one day in class, I asked my senior students, I said, if a bill came to you and it was a primary seatbelt law where it was by law you had to have a seatbelt on, would you be for or against it? Overwhelmingly for it. That very spring, that bill came up again, and I remembered that, and I voted yes. The first and only time I ever voted yes on that bill, and that's when it passed, and I'm glad I did. And as a teacher, I talk to youth all the time, and I guess that's why I recognize the powerful talents and the resources they can bring to the state as we set policy. All the legislators were at a One Minnesota forum, and one of the things we're talking about is the workforce into the next 20 and 30 years. Of the 3 million adults right now in working age, of those 3,800,000 do not have a high school diploma. You have a huge skills gap. We have to provide some sort of a dropout recovery effort, create pathways for students who have dropped out to get them back into the classroom, because it's not only a social issue, it's a huge economic issue.